Welcome to CareHero Podcast, where our mission is to educate, motivate, and inspire nurses and other healthcare professionals. In each episode, we explore how our guests successfully advance their careers and improve the lives of their patients and residents. We share practical tips and success stories to illustrate how you, our care heroes, can grow in your own personal and professional lives.
We're your hosts, Martin Hoy and Gerard Hernandez. I'm recording from New York City, and Gerard is coming to you straight from sunny Los Angeles. So, Gerard, our listeners must be wondering, why did we start CareHero Podcast?
Well, that's definitely a great question, Martin. It might make sense to introduce ourselves a bit more. I'm a finance executive for acute hospitals and skilled nursing facilities, and I've been in healthcare operations for most of my career. I've seen firsthand how incredibly hard nurses and other healthcare professionals work to provide the best patient care to patients and residents alike. So I want to see them succeed as much as possible, and I think CareHero Podcast can help do that.
No, it makes a lot of sense, especially as we launch this podcast in the midst of this global pandemic. I think respect for healthcare workers is the deepest it's been for a long time. It's also safe to say that we both have a passion for healthcare. I mean, we met, 15 years ago, sitting in a freshman biology class back in our hometown of Vancouver, Canada. And, while neither of us became healthcare professionals in the traditional sense, I think, as I mentioned, we both have a deep respect for healthcare workers. And kind of personally myself, podcasts like this that focus on career development have really influenced my life and my career progression as a lawyer and entrepreneur. And I really think the CareHero Podcast will do the same for our listeners.
That's really true, Martin. I share the same sentiment. Similar to you, I've learned an incredible amount from networking and learning from folks in the trenches, stories of success and failure. And in doing so, I realized there's an actual treasure trove of knowledge that could benefit our CareHero listeners as well. In healthcare, the prevailing view is that you learn by doing rather than learn by listening and networking. And that's understandable. But I think the CareHero Podcast will hopefully introduce folks to a different way of learning about nurse career development.
Absolutely. No, I totally agree. If we can take best practices from the business world and apply them here to supercharge our listeners' career development, that'd be a win to me. Some people might also be wondering, Gerard, what's in it for us? I think I can answer it this way. We're looking to explore different uses of technology to improve the employee experience for healthcare workers. And I can think of no better way than to learn alongside our listeners.
I absolutely agree with that. Our listeners know the best for sure. And for you listeners, what's interesting here is that we really plan to interview a wide spectrum of guests, all different kinds of nursing positions, such as chief nursing officers, directors of nursing, CRNAs, nurse entrepreneurs, and so much more. You can also expect a new episode each week.
This seems like a good time to also remind our care heroes that while nurses will be our focus, this content will be applicable to all types of healthcare professionals. So, Gerard, what else can our Healthcare Hero Podcast community expect to gain for listening?
Well, I got something special for you here, Martin. Scientia potentia est.
Yeah, Gerald tricks again. What does that even mean?
We obviously skipped Latin class in college because that, my friend, is Latin for knowledge is power.
Okay, knowledge is power. I get it. All right. What about knowledge is power?
Well, here, when it comes to career and professional development of our listeners, our care heroes, this is truly relevant. We know everyone is busy, but spending half an hour with us could help you for the rest of your career potentially. Whether you are beginning your journey in a career in nursing, searching to improve yourself, or simply looking to hear about someone else's perspective, there's a vast wealth of knowledge you'll unlock by listening to our shows.
As the saying goes, if you're not learning, you're not growing. And that applies to ourselves as much as it does to care heroes listening today. And to our listeners, we thank you, we appreciate you, and we dutifully take responsibility to help you on your journey, whatever that may be.
Now, as we embark on this journey together, we'd all like to ask for you a big favor. First and foremost, please share this podcast with your fellow care heroes. We're talking about your coworkers, your friends in healthcare, and really anyone in your network considering a career in nursing. Also, please subscribe to CareHero Podcast. And if you like us, rate and review us. This really helps others find us.
That pesky algorithm. Finally, please visit our website, careheropodcast.com, to send us feedback about the show and to sign up for our mailing list. I promise we won't spam you. And also on the website, you'll see a link to nominate a care hero to be interviewed for a future episode. And if your nominee is chosen, we'll send you a gift card. And don't worry, we'll include all these details in the show notes.
And that's a wrap, folks. Hope you're excited as we are to take this journey together. Tune in next week. Same CareHero time, same CareHero channel.
Thanks for listening to CareHero Podcast. Don't miss out on future content. Hit subscribe and rate us in your favorite podcast app. Also, remember to visit us at careheropodcast.com to send us your feedback, sign up for the newsletter, and nominate a Care Hero to be interviewed on a future episode.